Welcome to the pod, Yanya Caballista. This time we're doing street mode finally. We're going to be going from mission 1 to 3, it's on Business Avenue, as Jet, the kid we've been playing as so far throughout all of this. New San Francisco, the skateboard mecca of the world. It's been fallen to mysterious alien invaders called the Gawoo. The military front all they have against them, but it has not worked out so far. However, skateboard tricks excite them, and when they are excited, disappear. So, you know, only the Caballista, those skateboard kings, can save the place about the Gawoo and win back our fair city. But first, we must learn about these important techniques, which are just how to go forward and then jump off ramps and then knowing the timing of it all. Right now, you don't have to worry about the timing too much. This level is pretty easy to start off with. You only gotta worry about it when it comes to later on in the game. Right now, it's not a big deal. So, Jet. You know about his stats, you know about how he works out. He has pretty much the most stats in attack out of everyone else, out of power. So he would have the most damaging attacks out of any other character. And he kind of does. But he is a little bit slow, I guess. And his trick, you know, reaction time and everything like that, it is in the average side. He's not the best character to play as, honestly. But hey, if you want to go through and complete the entire game only as Jet, you can. You literally fucking can. It is not that hard to pull it off. You just gotta make sure to get really good at tricking. There are only a small handful of characters I can think of that you actually can't complete the game fully with, or is completed very well with. But Jet here, I think you can. I think Jet, even though he is recommended for beginners, because you start off with him from the get-go, I think it's recommended for advanced players. If you know what you're doing, you can get pretty damn good at this game and really master Jet fairly well. But yeah, the way this works out is that there are numerous areas you have to unlock. And to unlock them, we have to take care of a set number of Gawoo that spawn in. And once you complete that, the doorway to areas will unlock. As you can tell, they are locked off by these walls, I guess, that will collapse in on themselves once you have taken care of all the Gawoo. You are timed throughout all of this. However, to start off with, you have a lot of fucking time. And also, when it comes to the street mode, with the regular street mode at least, it only counts and cares about your score. So, doing tricks and also collecting all of these coins will add to your score. So, you know, worry about the score for the most part and you'll be fine. If you collect about, 15 regular coins, you'll end up getting a good amount of seconds left, like 60 seconds every time. The big coins give you 50 seconds every time. And that's how you get time back in the regular normal mode, in regular street mode. There is a different half of the street mode because, as you can see, there are only 5 missions. There are only 5 levels, overall in this game. However, there is a second half of street mode, and there's gonna be a lot more different to that one that I will have to explain about. But for the most part, right now, we're just getting sort of used to how this game plays with the first one, considering I can easily get an A here without having to be, too good at this. And we're not going to be here to be too good. We're going to be here to just sort of get used to how this game works, and also get used to the map itself, because when there's only 5 fucking maps in the game, you kind of just have no choice to get used to how everything works out in the map itself, and how the game works, and just getting used to everything about the timing, and about the tricks, and about, you know, your reaction time, and basically the characters themselves, because every character does sort of play differently in how they feel, how they react, and how fast they are, and how slow they are, and how much damage they can really dish out, and just how good they are in general compared to other characters. So here is area number 3, which I believe is the last area. Eventually, they will get to a point where we will have a total of, 5 areas total in a level. Right now, I believe this is the shortest of all of them. However, what does happen is that when you get through and complete all of the regular Gawoo, gotta fight a boss. And that boss will be kind of different in what it does, but the main way of taking care of them is no different at all. You do the same you've been doing so far, except that you do your attacks to take care of their health. And remember, the bigger your fucking attack, the more damage you deal. So, with the bosses, you kind of want to really spend your time, like, nailing some big, heavy attacks on them. Also, you gotta make sure not to, you know, fuck your landing there. That was him sort of not landing correctly, so he got all dizzy. Which does stun you a bit. You can't move or jump or do anything when you're doing that whole wobble thing. So, that's why you gotta do a shifty every time you want to land. Because when you do a shifty, you are guaranteed to land for the most part. Also, when you do a shifty, like I said beforehand, I believe, it will cancel out everything else. It will cancel out your tricks, it will cancel out your spin, it will stop you from doing anything. And in fact, for the most part, you really can't do anything once you do a shifty, outside maybe do another grab or a flip if you're lucky. Otherwise, you can't spin again, and you just kind of have to deal with what you got. Anyway, that is the main thing done. Now it's time for the boss. Which the first boss is this fucker. He's got a skateboard. Oh shit. They're learning. Except not really, because even though he's got a skateboard, he doesn't know how to trick on it. And also his health is pretty low. You can easily take care of him. However, the problem is if he gets knocked out like that and gets dizzy, you can't, you know, attack him. Your attacks don't register with him. He has to be up and about. His attacks are doing a stun attack, like you saw there with the whole ring. And also, these Gawoo balls that go around him, that shit will hurt you and take out time as well. 10 seconds, in fact. So be careful and avoid those. And there you go. That was the first level. Pretty easy. And with that, we got an A. My score here is my deal here is to get the top rank every time in the normal fucking street level, essentially. Seaside Mall is next, and I'll be going for that as my next character, Mei Fa. Not so good on the power compared to Jet, but she is a decent roundabout character in a way. Either way, the Seaside Mall where thousands come to watch the sunset has been taken, unfortunately. And now we're getting to do the spin up and grab Gawoo, the special Gawoo. The special reports, they will only show the special tricks. And also, we got roundy Gawoo, who are so fat they can't see anything outside of what's right in front of them, so they can't see down below them. So, yeah, we gotta make sure to do our tricks above them. There'll also be some Gawoo just hanging about, you know, on the roof or what have you that we need to, you know, jump for. But for the most part, as you can see, these Gawoo will only see what is pretty much above them or right in front of them. Luckily, there are ramps around here, so it's not a big deal. But you are kind of noticing that they're, you know, the levels are pretty low, you know, level 0 and so forth. Eventually, we'll start getting pretty leveled up, like, you know, level 2 right now requires at least a good spin and flip to take care of them. Whereas level 0, do anything and they'll die. However, if you want to get the big scores, you gotta be doing the big tricks and big landings and such. So, you know, doing a big combo will give you more points when you take care of a Gawoo than just doing the bare minimum. The game expects you to do more than the bare minimum. A lot of the games that we have played expect you to do more than the bare minimum, honestly. Now, to be fair, turning around this game can be a little bit awkward, to be fair, and I hate it. But, we do work with what we got, and for the most part, I'm not fucking things up, so I mean, it's not terrible. And as you can see, pretty simple, except that jump there is not so simple. We have to get upwards. How do we get upwards? Well, that's basic enough. We gotta turn around and just jump for it. However, you might have noticed that there is that side over there that has a flip Gawoo over there. Also, you can destroy these things doing a flip trick or what have you, and it does an area effect around you. That area effect will also blow up any of these mines around here, so you can get rid of all the hazards that are around and make the place more safer for yourself by just doing a flip trick or what have you. Anyway, now we can just take care of all the other shit because we got some more time, and if you actually want to get the big ranks here, when it comes to this part of street mode, you want to be getting the points. So getting all the coins and doing the big tricks are what you want to aim for if you want to get those high scores. And yeah, there you go. So now it is time for us to go into Area 3, which I believe is the last area that we have to worry about now. One little tidbit that I have to worry about is the fact that these little walls drop down also act as floor, and they kind of get in the way of your jump, so be careful about that. It's a little annoying. But other than that, just take care of, you know, getting your tricks going, making some big ones, some big boys, and just doing good at the game, and you will make it through this no problem. Know where you want to be, by the way, because some spots you kind of have to go for certain jumps or what have you to reach for. So if you know the path, then this won't be an issue for you. Also, when you keep a combo going on and you do big combos and such, that area effect will be much bigger, so that will be helpful. You know, do big fucking tricks and your area radius will be much bigger. So yeah, just get good, and you'll be not only dealing more damage, but your damage will reach a lot more farther. And yeah, that's about the gist of the game, really. This is what you're going to be doing the entire game. Going around, being pretty fast to be honest, and just doing sick flips and tricks and such, making sure to get a combo going on and everything like that if you want to, you know, add some more damage to your stuff. Grabbing coins, taking care of all the Gawoo, big trick mounts, so you can actually get a lot of points out of it. You get points out of doing normal tricks as well, but the points really start adding up when it comes to hitting Gawoo with it. Because you get more points when you hit a Gawoo with your tricks than you do just doing the tricks. And yeah, that's about the gist of how this mode works from what I found. And yeah, really, just... Also, the stairs are a little awkward, but really, yeah, just take your time looking for where every coin is, and then plan out a good route to not only, you know, take care of all the Gawoo very well, but also gain all the coin. Because getting all the coin will get you a lot of seconds, a lot of time, and with all that time you can use to take care of the boss, which this boss is a little awkward. He's a bit of a fat ass, and he just likes to float about, and he likes to charge into you, essentially. He also has a lot of health, and if he gets knocked down, again, you can't attack him until he wakes up. But for the most part, you can use this time to, you know, get up your combo meter a little bit, and get yourself more ready to attack him. Luckily, as you can tell, the game has a little mini-map there, so you can tell where he is at all times. Which does help a little bit, because if you don't see him, you know, it will help out when you know just where he is, so you can get up to him and, you know, fuck him up. And if you're doing what I'm doing here, this can help him fucking him up. So, I mean, there is that going for yourself. And again, you don't have to do, like, huge combos to get what you need. Just, you know, build it up and then go make the big combo when you get up to the guy. You gotta add the spin in, you know, you gotta add all the crap. Because all the tricks matter for the most part. It's just flipping grab do more than spin on its own, essentially. Like, if I do this, as you can see, I did a lot of damage. If I just spins, it wouldn't do that much. Grab is also in the same boat. And yeah, I just do this, and it keeps the combo going. The problem is, you know, actually keeping shit going, because you can keep it all going, doing good and all that, but you kind of want to make sure that you actually make it worth it, because that timer really goes down quickly. And while grinding and keep it still, it doesn't help out too much. And there you go, an A. And just to show you, I spent more time there than the first place that was originally there, 4 minutes 30, but because I had a bigger time, I'm first place. So that's why it matters here, to just get points. Now I'm going to play through Max. So this is all of our first 3 characters we unlocked from the beginning. Forest Park. The Gawoo have come to invade this quietude of this beautiful park. That sucks. Swabby Gawoo are here now. So these guys have very small and bad eyesight, so you have to get pretty close to take care of them. Which means they have a smaller radius to work with. Now, this is where you really start to feel what this game is pushing you for. The first 2 levels, like the first one, obviously no big issues, no big deal. The second one, if you want to get that high score going on, kind of pushes you a bit more because you might have noticed you have to get 2 million instead of 1 million. And this one requires 3 million. The points really increased like 5 mil by the last level, so yeah, you kind of have to get good at this shit. Also, as you saw there, I had to restart, which is just going to be the thing you're going to be seeing me do, because unfortunately, this fucking level, I'm not a fan of it, honestly. When it comes to navigating it and dealing with it, not a fan of it. And this is where the level design can get quite fucky. Because this game expects you to really pull off a lot of shit, and you gotta do it pretty damn near perfectly with a lot of time on your hands to end off the level, because I believe the time does count to your score and such. But the biggest issue really comes down to the fact that if you don't know what you're doing and you're not pulling it off that well, the game's gonna fuck you. Luckily, I do know now, considering this is after this recording, you know, this is way after. But, oh boy, when you start off, you are pushed to the brim to fucking get good. If you are not, like, already starting to get decent at this game, this is where the game really starts biting your ass. Because it kind of expects you to know just what's up at this point, and it kind of expects you to really be making some decent combos now. Anyway, if you want to get some extra time, go inside this door here. You have to take care of all of these, you know, these explosives here. You could just run into them and waste time by doing that, but then you're just wasting a lot of time, because look at all this shit. Why would you want to waste your time doing that when you can just blow these fucking things up instead? Of course, there's also the fact that your jump height is also calculated with your speed, so you kind of gotta be a little bit fast, take care of, you know, getting the jump needed to actually take care of these fucking things, which is a bit annoying. But once you break this last one and you can get inside, there are free 50-second tokens here, which is an 150-second bonus, which is like more than 2 minutes extra seconds. So I mean, this is a good bonus as long as you can actually take care of getting through this fairly well. If you're not good at timing yourself fast for doing flips in like small amounts of air and such to get the radius thing to blow up those fucking landmines and such, you'll waste a lot of time, and the rewards you get won't be that great. But if you are decent at that shit at the very least, and you know what the fuck you're doing, good news, that bonus will help you out a fuck ton. Because it's 150 seconds bonus time. That shit helps so much. Also, this game really is expected of you to take care of all the Gawoo here in like one fucking combo. Like, you can do it in more than one, but it expects you to do it in one combo. And a good combo at that. So, yeah, for the most part, what you're seeing right now is just me taking care of getting all these coins now if we go into the next area. Which, again, the coins give you not only points, but they also give you time. Which helps tremendously. Seriously, I do believe that the extra time that you have left at the end of the stage counts towards the score. So, yeah, going fast helps. Anyway, take care of this fucker. You might notice a big ramp. You might notice that all I gotta do is that shit. You want to get used to actually knowing how the push works. Because one thing that is, you know, not told to you for the most part is that 2 there, it stays. You don't lose speed unless you like really fuck up, essentially. Also, triple flip does kill him entirely, so there you go. But yeah, all that matters with the push is getting a free, which doesn't last very long. However, timing your push and then a jump does matter because it gives you more speed and such, gives you more distance. And timing it on a ramp gives you more height and such for you to have more time to spend doing bigger combos. So, what you need to get used to is knowing that you shouldn't always just be doing this. Yes, this does help tremendously with getting the, you know, the movement going on and such, of just pushing forward. But if you want to, you know, actually get the big jumps and such, you're not expected to be constantly holding the up or constantly pushing the analog stick upward. You're more so expected to be, you know, fucking just pressing it when it's needed. So, as you can see, I'm not losing speed. Unlike other games where you can lose your speed unless you're like holding the jump button or whatever, like in Tony Hawk. Unlike those games, in this game, you can just press nothing and you'll be fine. The push only exists for you to gain speed. It does not exist for you to keep your speed. So once you know that, use the push solely for the purpose of just timing. Getting that big push to get the speed you need to make the jumps needed. And that's it. You're seeing what a beginner is doing right now, essentially. Which is constantly pushing. I had to learn the hard way that constantly pushing is bad. A lot of skateboarding games get you in the mindset of just keep holding down the acceleration button. But this game does not want you to do that. It wants you to fucking only push when necessary. So, when you're in this ramp area, only push when you're just about to really, like, hit that big fucking, you know, jump, essentially. Like, push before you go for the jump. Like, as soon as you get that kick and it hits that free, jump. That's really all it expects from you. Like, right there. That's what it wants. It doesn't want you to just hold the fucking thing. It wants you to fucking hit it right when you're about to jump, so you can get that real good jump out of it. Anyway, now all the enemies taken care of, it's now time for our next boss. This guy's annoying. He flies about a bit, but he does fuck up and, you know, bail a bit. It does stun him the first time, but you're so far away he'll get back up no problem. If you run into him, you get knocked out. If you run into his fucking, you know, ability, you get knocked out. And, essentially, he's just annoying to take care of. He's annoying to get to. Usually he'd be flying around in this area, but for some reason the game decided to keep him stuck in that little area there. He never bothers to go over to the middle where he should be going to. And the problem is this area sucks. Like, the ramp will give you a good spot to really make big combos out of, but this area has nothing. And the game decided in this run to keep him here. I have had a run before. In fact, you might have been noticing that this is actually me showing the best run, not the first run. But during my first run, he was in the middle area. But for some reason, the game decided to fuck me here. And it's just really annoying and really uncalled for. What the fuck, game? So, yeah. Unfortunately, I couldn't make good combos out of this. Luckily, all I had to do was just beat him fast, and by beating him, all that extra time counts my score, I believe. It was like 1,700,000. Now, it's 3 million. The time does count. And there you go. I got first, I beat 3 mil. Alright. That's gonna do it for this part. Next time, we are beating normal mode. I know! It's only been like 2 parts so far. This isn't the quick play though. What the fuck? Like I said, there's more to this than that. In fact, there's a hard mode thing gotta worry about. But right now, thanks for watching. Next time we're going through Prison Island as Blue Bee, and the final level as my favorite character, Mr. Honda. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.